All right, this is Math 5, Week 2, and we're going to do the getting ready for adding and subtracting fractions. Quiz 1, 2, and 3. Very important. Fractions are your friend. Repeat it after me. Fractions are my friend. They are not going away. I must make friends with them. You know, it's not like sometimes you're friends with something because you have to be. Okay, so let's do this first one. Write it down. Try it. List the first 5 multiples of the denominator in each fraction in order of least to greatest. Okay. Denominator 1/3 multiples of 3. So we want to think about multiples of 3. So I'm skip counting by 3 to fill in the blanks. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Because those could be the denominators of 1/3. And the same, so 6/5. So we're going to skip count by 5s because 5 is the denominator in 6/5. So I'm just skip counting. Which is the least common denominator of the two fractions? So now we want to look at our multiples lists and find the the number we see in both lists. So I see 15 in both lists. That is our common denominator. Okay, so when we want to find common denominators, we write out the multiples of the denominator for each fraction in order to find the, the multiple that is in both lists. That's the first step. Okay, what fraction is equivalent to point A? So now I'm going to count my tick marks here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means that this is 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, and 1 is the same as 6/6. So 4/6. They're trying to trick me. So, okay, so 4/6 is the answer, but I don't see it in there. And you know why? Because we can divide 4 and 6 by the same number. That number is 2. We can divide both of those by 2. And then it would reduce our fraction to 2/3. Great question, Khan Academy. Okay, complete the equation. All right, so we're going to think about how these are related in a way that would make them equal. So 4, how do we get from 4 to 8? We multiply by 2. So if I multiplied 4 by 2, it would be 8. And what about the 6 then? I would also have to multiply by 2, right? In order to get 6. Now I'm thinking about it differently though. I could also think about it this way. We could divide. So now let's undo. Let's think about it like this. If we divided this side by 2, just the opposite, then we could get the 4. So I make the bottom 4 and the top would be 3. And now that makes it really easy because now the denominators match, so the tops have to match. So M has to be 3. That's one way to do it. Okay, count the tick marks. Use the number line to help you complete the equation. Okay. So you see on this number line, the darker ticks are the fifths. So this would be 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5. And the lighter ones are the extra, the tenths. So this would be 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, and so on. But notice that 4/10 is equal to 2/5 because we can divide the 4 and the 10 by 2 and it reduce it to that. I can't stress to you how great of a practice set this is because of the issues I see in the higher level maths. This is the kind of stuff that people have trouble with, but it's because you need to practice it. Rewrite each fraction with a denominator of 20. So now I'm thinking in my head, what do I have to multiply these denominators by to make 20? So 4 times 5 is 20, which means I have to multiply the numerator by 5. And 10 times 2 is 20. I multiply the 11 by 2 as well. That gives me the fraction 5/20. And 11 times 2 is 22/20. All right, that was fun. So now we're adding fractions with common denominators. So we just add the tops. 2 plus 3 is 5. Don't add the bottoms. And when same thing, we just subtract the tops. 3 minus 2 is 1. Don't subtract bottoms. When you have mixed numbers, what you want to do is you want to convert them to improper fractions. I mean, we could just, there's other ways, but that's the common way here. That's the way I'm going to use. So in order to do that, we take the whole number and multiply it by the denominator and add the numerator and put it over the denominator. So that's 64 plus 2 is 66. And then again, 3 times 8 plus 3 is 24 plus 3 is 27. And then we subtract the tops. So 66 minus 27. And I don't have to do that in my head. I can show my work here on the side. 16 minus 7 is 9. 5 minus 2 is 3. So it's 39/8. Which of the following is true? Okay, you can figure this one out. Don't need me for that. Yeah, so just do the problem. Oh, and if you accidentally guess it right, it does not count. All right. So now last one, now we don't have common denominators, but by this time, we should know how to get them. Okay, so thinking about 10 and 100, what would be the common multiple? Well, 100, so if we do the thing, 100 has multiples of 100, 200, 300, da da da. 10 is 10, 20, 30, 40, but on down the line, 100 is a multiple of 10, right? So, and what multiple is it? It's 10 times 10. Now you should easily know that. So then we want to multiply 10 times 10 and the 7 times 10 as well. Bring down the 5/100ths. We just add them together. So that would be 75/100. Okay. Match each expression to the equivalent sum. Oh, okay, so then that would just mean you're going to add them together and see what the answer is. So 23/100 plus 6/100 already has common denominators. So 23 plus 6 is 29. And so then you could do this. So I don't know if they're right or not, but you can fix that. All right, we did one like that. You could do that. You could do this one. You don't need me for that. And wow, just keep on. It's pretty easy. Common denominator. You can do this. You don't need me for this. Okay? Any more than I already did. And then post in the organizer and have fun.